And so the fact that it's, the first meditation is at dawn or right as you get up, the next one at noon, the next one in the middle afternoon, and then dusk, and then before you go to bed, those are all transition points. One of the things that happens in the world these days is that because we have these information technologies that we can kind of carry around everything, our transition between spaces out in the phenomenal world get blurred. And so we're often, we leave work, we're on the phone, we get in the car, we drive 10 miles, we're navigating all this traffic, but we're in this narrative the whole time. We come into the house, still on the phone, start to make food. And basically all these experiences have been sort of washed, and there's a quality of efficiency because we've carried on this phone call that maybe needed to happen or maybe wanted to happen, but we're dragging all these experiences with us subconsciously, either into or out of our home. And so having a sense of scheduling, I know that you've been on a lot of retreats, and one of the main teachers on a retreat is your schedule. And so, and one of my favorite, even though, I identify as a, Vajrayana Buddhist practitioner, is that I love the idea of the Muslim call to prayer, because the Muslim call to prayer is set up in a way by which it's designed to keep pulling you out of your conceptual view of the world and settling you back into your what really matters, what really matters with you and your connection to whatever it is. And so the fact that it's, the first meditation is at dawn or right as you get up, the next one at noon, the next one in the middle afternoon, and then dusk, and then before you go to bed, those are all transition points that are really, one, historically tricky for us to navigate. It's kind of hard to get out of bed sometimes, the shift from the, sun rising to the zenith, you feel it, right? Early afternoon, after lunch, those sorts of things. So being aware and bringing that mindfulness of time and tending, and for example, often people take off their shoes when they enter in the house. Some households have that as a way of saying, hey, I'm leaving this world and I'm moving into this world. The more that we can start to bring those little things in, the more the home that may have felt external to us and therefore cold or somehow unfit for who we are starts to become a home that actually is vital, is living, is conscious, is supportive, simply because we've imbued it with that. As as a teacher of mine once said, he's like, nothing is inherently sacred. The sense of sacredness comes from the way we treat things. And so we need to continue to extend our sense of, I'm caring for you, I love you, I see you, thank you, over and over and over again. And it's not a burden by any means, because when we are able to be in that space of gratitude, that's another thing that allows us to feel at home in the world, is just being like, yeah, I'm grateful for the good, for the challenges, for the cold, for the heat, all of these things, whatever it is, just we can express our gratitude that we get to feel these things and participate as incarnate beings on this earth that live in homes. All of those start to make our lives deeper and richer.